Welcome to SwitchClicksPodcast, episode 65, recorded on January 4th, 2022. A new year is here, so in this episode, we'll be sharing our most anticipated games of 2022. But first, we'd like to give some statistics. Our most popular Play It by Tier in 2021 was the LEGO Worlds Review, and our most popular podcast episode was actually last week's episode, where Tyler and I discussed Arcane. Surprisingly, it surpassed Sean Chiplock's episode, which was the previous record holder.
Really? I did not know that.
I did not know that either.
What? That's insane.
My name's Dakota, and today I'm joined by Nathan.
Hello.
And Tyler.
Elden Ring. I can put it in the thumbnail, and we're all set. We're all set. We can get the views. This one can be number one now.
Yes.
Most anticipated.
We've chosen about three games each, that were most anticipated.
I'll start it off with maybe the first game on these lists that are going to come out, because it comes out in a couple weeks. Pokemon Legends Arceus, the Pokemon open world Pokemon game that they've shown. I don't know, like total of like 5 minutes of gameplay footage for.
You're not wrong.
Oh, I have no idea what the game's about.
Gross. Ew. 30 frames.
Well, that's everyone's reaction, pretty much.
Shut up! I like it. Let people enjoy things. Grrr.
True. You know,
at least that's all the responses that anyone gets to someone complaining about Pokemon.
Yeah. To be fair, in the latest trailer, they learned how to anti-alias their game.
Whoa! Whoa!
Everything actually looks smoother.
I really hope this game's good. You know, I'll be so depressed if it isn't, because if it isn't good, then that means they're just going to be like, well, formula is going to make us money. Let's stick with that one. I want it to break formula, but deep down, I really want it to break formula. You know, it's like, cool. Maybe they'll be focusing more on the Pokedex. That's what it seems like it's wanting to do. It's like the main point of the journey is the Pokedex, which is kind of worrying. You know, I kind of like gym leaders, even though it's the thing they've been doing since the first game released.
Yeah, I guess there's probably a delicate balance between like the Pokemon fighting fans and the Pokemon collector fans.
That's true.
I've seen just the reveal trailer, and I've watched nothing of the rest, so I don't know what's going on in terms of plot.
Well, you did watch the second trailer.
In terms of like more Pokemon, do you think they're going to put out like the next gen this year or no?
I think this is kind of like, I think the combination of the DLC and then this game is almost like extra buffer to make Gen 9 even better, or at least that's what I'm hoping.
Copium?
Yeah.
Copium. It seems like there is going to be at least a significant number of new Pokemon here, which is cool. I just hope this isn't like the Gen 9 replacement. I just hope they're spending extra time on it, and the Gen 9 will be like amazing. That's at least, copium.
Well, that's when they hit 1,000, I think. What, Gen 9?
Oh, yeah, probably. Unless they pull like a Gen 6 and make like 60 Pokemon.
60 Pokemon.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Who did I mention this to lately? I think I was talking to somebody about Pokemon Legends Arceus. If it was successful, they would make more of it in the Pokemon Legends style, and they could totally do a Pokemon Legends Mewtwo.
Yeah, you told me about this earlier.
Yeah, that would be so cool.
They could probably do one for every generation.
I think I saw, who was it? Oh yeah, on Twitter, 10 Cent Dino. We interviewed them earlier last year, and he posted some art of his idea of Mewtwo in the style of Pokemon Legends Arceus, and it was kind of like floaty and wispy. It was really cool.
I think they could probably do this for every generation, where it's kind of giving light to the other Pokemon that don't really get mentions, like Pokemon Legends Mewtwo, Pokemon Legends Celebi, Pokemon Legends. What would Gen 3 be? Because Rayquaza kind of got his own thing. Pokemon Legends Regice. Only
Reggie.
I don't really think Gen 3 really has a good one. They already have Arceus. Gen 5 would be Kyurem, which I think would be super exciting, because then they can finally get deeper into the lore. And Pokemon Legends
Zygarde,
yeah.
Pokemon Z, they came back.
And yeah,
honestly, me too, because this is actually one of the games I'm hyped for this year. The reason why I'm coming back to Pokemon finally, it's because this is a different take on the formula. It's not something that, it's not like your usual turn-based RPG with a closed world anymore. This is sort of a more Monster Hunter take on the Pokemon games.
It's almost turn-based.
Almost turn-based. A little mix of
It's,
Monster Hunter and maybe Xenoblade.
it's turn-based, except sometimes you can go twice.
That sounds like a Shin Megami Tensei thing, I think.
I don't know. Never played the games. I
That's
played
all I heard
Persona
from it.
5. Haven't completed
Close
it.
enough.
Played a little bit. Close enough. Yeah.
Close
Don't tell
enough.
Lex.
Don't tell Lex. But yeah, it's a new take on the formula. I've been really out of the loop with Pokemon because of, how similar each game feels. Even though they tried adding a new gimmick in each generation, I never really got the feel to go back to Pokemon, except for Let's Go, because they kind of diversified that with the wild Pokemon battles, where you're just
That
catching
makes complete
Pokemon.
sense. Like I'm just sucked into the black Pokemon void, but being like being more outside, I can reasonably understand like giving up on Pokemon after your like fourth generation. Because I know a lot of like people that started with Gen 1 most of the time would hop off around Gen 5. And then that's kind of when I got into Pokemon was Gen 4 or 5. And I haven't hopped off,
Same.
but I most like I don't really care about this generation was probably around Gen 6, Gen 7.
Not to mention all the merchandise that comes with it.
You know what's something that doesn't have as much merchandise, at least in the West here? Splatoon, which is on my
Ouch.
list.
Oh, nice
I feel
segue.
That is honestly painful to hear,
It is.
but it's the sad truth.
The only accessories I see here are like Nintendo Switch accessories. It sucks.
I'm so
makes
greatly
sense,
insulted by the lack of Splatoon merch here.
Anyways, yes, Splatoon 3 is on my list. I constantly
Same here.
forget that it's actually coming, and then I see something on Twitter, and I'm like, oh yeah, we're getting Splatoon 3.
Yeah, it kind of like happened, and then nobody really talked about it anymore.
Like, I'm still like super hyped, but I keep forgetting it's coming.
It's funny.
I
only get reminded about Splatoon 3 happening, unlike all those tweets that are complaining that we're getting 2 Splatoon games and no Mario Kart games.
Mad
I
is
see,
bad.
It's like bi-monthly. You get a tweet being like, and we have 2 Splatoon games and not one original Mario Kart game on the Switch. And I'm like, oh yeah, Splatoon 3.
Oh, and to add to insult to injury, the last mainstream release we got had an inkling too.
It's true.
Wait a minute. You're right. What the heck?
Yeah.
It's like you finally buy Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and you plug it in. It's like free from Splatoon finally.
Woomy.
you get Splatoon
get
characters and a
jump-scared.
battle stage.
Yeah. Hopefully that game's coming out in like the summertime, kind of when
I wouldn't be
Splatoon 2
surprised
came
if
out.
it was. Yeah, Splatoon 1 and 2, they came around that time. I still have the same expectations I have before. I don't want them to, completely abandon the single player side of things. Like, I don't want to pay
Fair
extra
enough.
money to keep playing this game.
We'll see. Hopefully they kind of maybe go the route of more, what do you call it, brand crossovers. Because I think they did a little
that'd
bit
be
of that in
nice.
Splatoon 1, right?
They did both games. They did Pokemon and SpongeBob, I think. in
Oh yeah,
Splatoon
they
1.
did a SpongeBob.
Yeah, it was so random, but they decided to do SpongeBob there.
Yeah,
And then they did Hello Kitty in Japan.
That sounds
and,
right.
and then they did some anime, also in Japan only. And Splatoon 2, they had Teenage Mutant.
Really? I had no
Yeah.
idea about any of this. To be fair, I
It
haven't
kind of
touched
happened in the
Splatoon.
background.
I have not touched Splatoon since like 2017, so
Yeah, to be honest, it's kind of like one of those games where they could have kept alive, but they chose not to.
Yeah, in a world of Rick and Morty and guys crossing over with Fortnite and other companies crossing over with Call of Duty, it'd kind of be cool if Nintendo did that.
Yeah,
But
I wish they'd jump on the boat too, but
they are 100% only going to do them in Japan, which is so disappointing.
they're very strict with that licensing.
Anyways, yes, I'm excited for that. So Nathan, what's your second one?
Also Splatoon 3. Honestly,
we're just stealing Nathan's. I'm so sorry.
We are.
Honestly, why not? Because I'm just hoping that this is better in every way. Like, I'm fine with Splatoon 2, but they killed that game off too easily, and it's pretty much just a non-gimmicky version of Splatoon 1.
Yeah,
Not to
they could
mention,
totally fill it up with like maybe some daily missions or something to keep me coming back
yeah,
instead of
something,
just
yeah,
playing.
something. Not to mention, like I mentioned before, I don't want to have to buy a game and then have like 80% of the game accessed only by paying a subscription.
Tyler, what's your second one?
My second one. I'm gonna use the second one as my double whammy here. It's the two DC games that are coming out in 2022. Gotham
Ooh,
Knights and Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Wow,
okay.
okay, I get it. I get it. I get it. I know superheroes have polluted 76% of my life. Actually, it's probably more, up to like 83 now. My life is consumed. I think I said previously that I only play like I don't play very many games, and like I stick to the games I'm like on my course. The only games I really branch out for is when a new Pokemon game releases or when a superhero game releases. So uh, at least the superhero side is pretty stacked right now. You have Gotham
Yeah.
Knights, you have Suicide Squad, you have Spider-Man 2, you have Wolverine, you have Wonder Woman. They're all coming out. So at least I'm having a good time. Anyway, Gotham Knights kind of looks like it's gonna suck. It's a
Really?
good way to start it. It looks like kind of like the Batman Arkham games, which is what I would want, but almost with it looks really similar to the Avengers game, which is kind of scary.
Like a
It
bad
didn't
in a bad way.
in a bad way, I guess. Yeah, just the way that the gameplay kind of doesn't look like it will run super smoothly. It's like a weird cross between Batman Arkham, which is like perfect smooth fighting, and Avengers, which was just like a pale imitation to try to do that. Uh, which hopefully it leans. I think if they do it well, it could be really fun. But at the moment, I'm just a little worried because I don't hate the Avengers game. I found it perfectly fine. The story was fun and it just gets really repetitive, so it's really hard to get back to. I just don't want that to be the case for Gotham Knights.
Hmm.
And I like Batman a lot, so I'm kind of able to stick in. I'll stick with the game probably. I don't know. Everything about it kind of seems to be like DC's like, yeah, the game's coming out. That's what we're really gonna give you though. So have fun. And then the people that made Batman, Rocksteady, are developing Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League, which is, I guess, a first-person shooter, which is so weird. They're just like, haha. Yeah, we had one first-person shooter segment in Batman Arkham Knight. We're just gonna make that the whole game. So you can play as the Suicide Squad. All the characters known for using guns. Deadshot. Yeah, he
You know,
uses guns. Harley
honestly,
Quinn.
that
Yeah.
doesn't sound too bad of a concept
Oh,
in
the game
hindsight.
actually looks super fun. It's just funny because like Harley Quinn I guess uses guns, but the Captain Boomerang, you'd assume he throws his boomerang. No, he pulls out an Uzi. His boomerangs are like the special moves in the bottom. So that's just really weird. And then I guess King Shark, the giant shark, yeah, he's a gun too. Why not?
Yeah.
It kind of feels tacked on. I don't know. The game looks really fun though. And if the whole point is you're just a bunch of like D-list villains that are trying to like kill the Flash and if they can really nail feeling underpowered for the whole game, I think it could be really good.
Hmm.
But yeah, you guys don't really have anywhere to build off this, so this is just a short, quick segment as I'm a superhero nerd.
What is your third game then? In
Oh,
that
me?
sense.
Okay. Oh yeah, obviously I know what your other two games are. My last one is not a full game; it's just DLC. The Cuphead Delicious Last Course, the DLC that's supposed to have been coming out for like 2 years now. But it finally got a release date, June 30th, 2022, also known as it might as well be 2023 at that point. So I love Cuphead, so I can't wait to play it. But it is a very long wait. I don't
How's
know.
that not just a sequel?
Everything about it looks super good though. The animations that they showed were slick. Just everything about it. it looks like all these delays have been for a reason. The game looks like it's going to be so good again. Have you guys even played Cuphead? Am I the only one?
Oh, unfortunately, I haven't played it.
I have not touched it.
Let's go. Time to continue talking to the brick wall. Anyway,
Well, honestly, it is one of the few games I really want to try, but I just don't have the time or money
or
to do
patience
so.
probably because
Or
the game.
the time, just there's other games that take priority.
Yeah, I'm sure I would have the patience to play it. It looks fun, but like I've heard it's kind of hard, and I don't know if the payoff is that good.
To be fair, the payoff of actually beating the game is not the best. It's more the feeling of finally beating the boss. It depends. If you like grinding almost, if you like the feeling of doing a fight, like a boss fight over and over and over again, and then finally completing it and like popping off, that's what the game Cuphead is. Like, we all know that 97 is the number after 96 and before 98. You know there's a secret meaning behind it. It's also the number of people that aren't subscribed to this YouTube channel. This is a subscribe plug, so please do it. Be please with berries on top.
The second one on my list is Sonic Frontiers. Probably unexpected.
That comes out 2022. I definitely thought that was later.
It was supposed, yeah.
I'm not totally sure because I think they've done a few interviews where they're like, oh, we want this game to be perfect. We've put so many hours into this. We want the fans to be satisfied by the game. That is exactly what they said with Sonic Forces, but I will not still complain.
We're putting so much time and effort to make this truly what you enjoy, as there's like the looming shadow of like
all the other 3D
Sonic
games.
Yeah, you have like Sonic Forces, Sonic 06, Sonic Unleashed, which I don't think is that bad. I kind of enjoyed Sonic Unleashed.
Like, Sonic Forces is like my first and only 3D Sonic game, if you could call it 3D. But it was fun. I think it was fun.
Okay.
Like,
it was.
Good. Like, I somewhat enjoyed it, having my own character, and it's like, yeah, I'm cool friends with Sonic. It was some points were a little bit cringy, but
I was fine with it too.
It was fun.
Fair enough.
I
have actually not played the game. My entire opinion on the Sonic franchise mostly has been based off of other people's opinions. So
Sonic, if they're bringing Sonic to Breath of the Wild,
pretty much
it. It could be cool, but the 3D walking has to be good and not wonky.
That's what scares me the most about that game. It's like, how's it going to run on Switch?
It might not.
That's the thing. Like,
have you seen Sonic Colors?
That's the problem.
I completely forgot about that.
It feels. I don't know how they're gonna fit a really beautiful looking game like that onto the Switch without causing a lot of problems or doing it over the cloud.
Not only you have to make the game beautiful, you also have to make it beautiful where you're running at like 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Yeah.
At a somewhat reasonable
this motion blur is really great.
Yeah,
it's gonna have to look decent because what they've shown so far, there's literally like 3 colors in the game: green, gray, maybe a blue, and that's really it. Maybe the red on his shoes.
I find it so funny that all these games that want to be like a Breath of the Wild, or kind of like market themselves to look like Breath of the Wild, like Sonic Frontiers or Legends Arceus or
Genshin Impact,
Kirby,
Immortals Phoenix Rising.
Yeah, Immortals Phoenix Rising, or even like the Kirby game to a degree. They're all just establishing shots of this open world that's not quite finished yet. And it's like,
yeah,
ooh, are you really going to want to show us that tree? Also, I'm pretty sure they showed a little bit of this, but I kind of hope Sonic Frontiers isn't just like you open Unity and it's like basic open world map 3. It's more of like a cool kind of Sonic world where you just have random loop-de-loops strewn about and stuff. Like, it looks like this weird. It just doesn't look real. It looks weird, which I think Sonic kind of.
Yeah, they should. You know what? They should probably take some inspiration from Super Mario Odyssey. It's like you have this. Yeah. You technically have this open world, but like there's always all these like special areas that you go to, and they're designed like traditional. Yeah, they're designed like traditional levels that you can go through them.
That would be the perfect way to do that kind of game. My biggest fear is, you know, the joke where it's like Sega finally hired that man, and it's like the picture of, it's like when people make jokes like Sega hire this guy, and it's like Sonic 3D model ported into Unreal Engine, and I'm scared the game could honestly just be that.
A graphical thing and not something that's actually worth playing.
Yeah, where the whole game, like there will be more of the game, obviously, but like I finally beat the story. Yay! Time to run around blank field 3 or
Yeah,
nothing.
that's honestly the biggest thing to be scared about. But I think I'm more scared. I'm scared probably more about how the heck it'll work on the Switch. Once again,
Frames.
how the heck are they going to do that? Especially since Sega's having a very bad track record of properly optimizing games. The Switch recently, Sonic Colors Ultimate is probably my best example. Like
What?
the
No,
game
that
is,
game runs perfectly.
yeah, sure,
Acid
yeah,
trip.
sure, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're on an acid
Creative.
trip,
It's the creative direction.
Ah, yeah.
it's like they could have easily made that 60 FPS on the Switch, and then maybe like go 120 on all the other consoles. But instead, they kind of just chose the middle ground and put the Switch to waste. Even though this
Yeah.
was a Wii game.
Most developers don't even go above 60 because most TVs don't even like have
Yeah.
support for 120. So there's not really a point to code that in.
Even then, they could have like there's really no excuse if the Switch can handle 60. And you know, that's kind of my big fear. Like what if we're looking at a 20 FPS game here or something lower than that for Sonic Frontiers?
More acid.
Exactly.
Yeah. Woo.
And like
That's actually
if
one of the
this is-
upgrades in the game.
and like a short render distance too. It's like either gonna get a lot of fog or super blurry visuals,
Or
like
a lot
maybe-
of popping.
maybe grass and trees rendering really close to you.
Yeah. You get like an upgrade. It's called like the Ultimate Colors pill. You take it, and it just makes the game unplayable and buggy.
Oh wait, this is just Sonic Colors. So I think we can probably move on now. I already know what Nathan's is. I'm gonna tell mine first, his last one. My last one is the indie game Bear and Breakfast.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I'm hyped for this game. I really like tycoon games that have a lot of customization. So that's what I'm really hoping this game is for. This game is at least giving me. From what little I've seen, I've really only watched the opening trailer and seen updates from the devs. Unfortunately, the game was delayed a little bit, but they said it should be coming out in the first half of 2022.
Ooh.
Whoa.
So now I'm just waiting on that.
I haven't looked at
Definitely.
Bear and Breakfast since the first trailer, and I forgot how cute this game is.
Really.
Game's adorable. Look at that dog. He got his eyes covered and stuff. Never
Doggo.
mind.
Yeah, it looks. I just really, really, really like when a game has customization, and it looks like this
Mhm.
game has very in-depth customization in terms of like, almost like Sims, where you can build
Yeah.
your bed and breakfast, your bed and breakfast.
Yeah,
As an indie game, it looks ambitious.
Now, we've all been
Now.
waiting for it. We know it's coming. But Nathan, what is your final game?
Elden Ring. Woo!
Oh,
we're
yeah,
bringing it
Elden
back.
Ring.
Oh,
We're bringing it back.
Elden
God of
Ring.
War. No,
Lights
I
on the
got. I'll do you one
thumbnail.
better. God of War.
Oh,
God of
War.
War. No, we can put it on the thumbnail. Keep naming games. Keep naming games. You can put them all in the tags and in the thumbnail, and we get all the views.
Let's see. Metroid Prime 4. I'm definitely calling it now. It's coming out this year.
Coming out this
Oh,
year.
that's a massive cap. There's
We
no
haven't
way.
announced it yet, but it's actually coming out tomorrow.
Oh,
So
Shadow Drop.
Oh wow.
yeah, get ready for that one. Got insider knowledge from my uncle that works at Nintendo.
Okay, so
What is it actually?
you already know. I think we all already know. It was the most anticipated game of the Clicky Awards. My third game for this year is sequel to Breath of the Wild.
What a surprise!
Whoa!
Crap, I
I
can't believe
definitely
it.
thought it was going to be Baron Breakfast, and we
Okay,
just stole it from you.
We've ran this game choking to the ground.
We have read this joke way into the ground. Like this is even
The
way
3
before
people
November.
still listening.
Yeah.
Anyways,
yeah, if you're still
we're all
thinking about
hyped
it
for
at
this
point.
game.
All the hype for this game, and I don't know what to say about it. People
Well, they
keep
didn't-
saying it's going to get delayed. People keep saying it should be on Nintendo's next console.
What? That makes no sense
don't-
at all.
I know.
Who said
I'm
that?
I don't know. People just want to play this game on better hardware.
Switch isn't going to be the Nintendo console for the next 6 years.
Yeah.
Well, didn't
Now here's the thing.
Reggie said that the Switch was going to be the Switch was going to be the Switch through 2024. So statistically, the
It's gonna
sequel
be
to
a
Breath
long
of the Wild would have to come out after 2024, which is not happening.
That's definitely not happening.
So 2022 is pretty likely.
Now, I'm not sure if you guys seen the patents for this game, but
think a
they
little
are
bit.
insane. Like they are insane. The mechanics that they have for this game, it's not just skydiving that we're talking about. Like we're talking you know how at the end of the trailer Link kind of like phases through the ground? Well, you technically can use that mechanic anywhere you want. Which means if you're underground or underneath a mountain, you could potentially find a hidden cave through solid rock.
Ooh.
Yeah. There's so much exploration potential with that. And like, you can like immediately get from the cave to the surface, or maybe from the base of the mountain to the top of the mountain without having to do all the tedious climbing. But that's not all. There were also patents for certain aerial combat stuff. Like
Ooh, that's
imagine the stuff you find in action movies where you're still skydiving, right? But imagine you get to turn around and shoot a bow rather than having to go into that weird bullet time stance.
So that kind of teases that we're going to be in the air a lot.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot more aerial mechanics based on the patents we saw. And I wouldn't be surprised if they were to do something similar with swimming. They don't have anything on, water, but I wouldn't be surprised if they brought in diving and underwater swimming like they should have a long time ago.
So it seems like they have like a triple layered world, and maybe a quadruple layered if they introduce water. They have like a sky, they have regular Hyrule, and maybe like an underground cave system.
That makes the game feel so much bigger than I'd anticipated. Like,
yeah.
There's just so much more to do, yet it's the same or similar world that we've been in.
It's a good way to remix it.
You're making me... I've not really been keeping up with this game at all. You're making me quite excited to actually play this game instead of getting it spoiled for me immediately, then knowing the whole game. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to get the game and never play it. So maybe I'll actually play this one.
Well, yeah. I suppose they're just patents. I'm not sure if they're, legit, but it makes me really, really hopeful that this isn't just some bland sequel. This is actually going to be something big.
It's going to be an evolution, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And this could just be the beginning. This could just be the next generation of Zelda games.
Exactly.
We could never get a regular one ever again. Oh no!
Oh no! Well, too bad.
Who's complaining, honestly?
Honestly, like the sales already say enough. People aren't going to complain that much.
Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild 3. We're just back to the original formula.
You know what? It'd be to add to insult to injury. They'll probably just introduce another spin-off that nobody expects, and then suddenly trick people to buying it because they think that it's important, but it's not.
True.
Yeah, just like a certain game.
I'm personally excited for maybe some different enemy designs and enemies in general, because really we only had like 4 that I can remember. 5
Moblins,
actually.
Moblins, Choo-Choos, Keese, and
Guardians. The big rocks.
Palace.
Lynels.
Pinox.
Oh yeah, Lynels.
And like 6 versions of Ganon.
But let's be honest, all like half of those guys were the same was the same enemy, and you just had to defeat them the same way. So
Yeah.
I'm really hoping there's some differences. Like,
Well,
even the remix in the Guardian in this, like, going through stuff power. If you jump on top of a Guardian's head and then you use your go through power, you get in the cockpit, and then you get to, like,
Ooh.
drive it or something. That would be super cool.
yeah, that would be very cool. Though, I think I've already had my fair share of playing as a Guardian already. That's for another game.
What about that green thing in the trailer? It looks like it had ears or something. I didn't even know what it was.
Green thing with ears.
Let me
That
see,
kind of
here's a
looks
photo.
like. Yeah, that's like a. I'm not sure if it's a remake of a past Zelda boss. I think it's gonna be. It's most definitely a boss, if anything.
Mm-hmm. And I'm
But
also
that
excited
implies.
to kind of see Hyrule after Breath of the Wild because, you
Yeah.
know, Link is alive, Zelda is alive. I don't think we'll see any champions. And we won't have to do any storytelling from the past. All the storytelling is going to be live from the future. It might have to be more linear because of that, because they need some kind of plot to move forward.
That's the thing that scares me the most of this entire game. The plot and the soundtrack, both my expectations for both have been so heavily raised by Age of Calamity.
I just thought of something that completely cursed any hope of this game. They could pull, like, you know, in previous Zelda games, there was like a light world and a dark world. In this case, it'll be like Breath of the Wild timeline versus Age of Calamity timeline, and you're bouncing between the two.
Oh, wow.
No.
I would absolutely
Nightmare.
hate that.
Nightmare
because-
energy.
Exactly.
That's
That's
so
the big
dumb.
problem.
That's
As
such
great-
a bad idea.
As great as a crossover it sounds, you know, two Links, two Zeldas, two. Yeah. It's not a great idea in retrospect, because how many Zelda games have timeline? Have time travel?
All of them. Technically.
Yeah, pretty much. Half, maybe 3/4 have like something involved in time. Yeah, we're done with time travel. I'm also done personally. Like I'm fine with Age of Calamity, kind of, you know, having a little egg guardian ex machina, this and that. But doing it twice over again is a little more painful. Put it nicely.
Yeah,
And
we're gonna clip
pointless.
this in 12 months in December when the game is out. There's gonna be so much time travel.
When the name of the game is released and it's like Legend of Zelda Breath of Time.
Oh crap!
You know, I will
We just
actually,
screwed up the timeline.
I will kill you for that.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah, it's hopefully there's no time travel. Hopefully it's everything, you know, a lot more original stuff rather than having to go backwards. And I do hope one extra thing is that they don't screw up the DLC for this. It's not going to be like some 5-hour extra story something. I kind of want something more. Like,
What if the bike flies this time?
Oh, drones!
oh, okay, well, let's be fair. We haven't seen a single piece of technology in any trailer for Breath of the Wild 2.
Besides his arm or whatever that is,
Yeah, aside from that big robot
more magic,
boss
but
thing.
yes.
Yeah. Or the arm, or the arm magic, but
Yeah, I think for DLC for me, they could totally do like the vehicle thing, where layer 1 of the DLC could be, you know, a drone they can fly everywhere. I'm not sure how we get to the sky in this game, but I guess we're probably gonna find that out later. And then I think earlier in the year, I was pitching that maybe DLC 2 could be like a bunch of islands around Hyrule. Hyrule isn't an island; it's a land, right?
yeah, it's like, yeah, it's in the land at the coast of.
Okay, so maybe we can explore the coast, and like there's islands, a bunch of big islands out there, and it's like a Wind Waker kind of thing.
That'd be nice. That'd be
At
very
least
nice.
there's more to explore. It maybe 1.5 doubles the land mass area, but
We can only
something
hope.
to expand.
Honorable mentions for me, Sonic Frontiers, because we were talked about earlier. Mario plus Rabbids 2 because I have a bit of a nostalgia for the first game, and Bayonetta 3 because I really need to get into it, and they've been hyping it up since 2017. And of course, we have two game-related movies to look forward to.
Oh shoot, you're right.
Yeah, which like that's a whole can of worms if we're going to talk about movies and TV shows.
Chris Pratt.
Yeah. Chris Pratt.
Can't wait to revive our whatever the Smash Bros, but we casted the entire roster in the form of
Yeah,
we
that's
did do
Mario
that.
movie.
Holy crap! I forgot we did that.
that's certainly for another time.
and to revive that when the movie comes out.
But yeah, two game movies coming out, which is pretty insane. I hope that the Mario movie looks good in general, because I'm not.
I kind of hope it sucks. I think that'd be funny.
Kind of hope it sucks.
That'd be hilarious if the Mario movie comes out and it's like just as bad as the first one.
Yeah. Okay.
I would find that hilarious, but also then Nintendo would never make another movie again. So
Exactly.
that would suck.
Meanwhile, we have Sonic doing Sonic stuff. Not sure what to say about the trailer other than it being the only thing I was interested in at the Game Awards.
Idris Elba.
You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna put I'm not. Are they gonna put Uganda Knuckles in there?
Oh yeah, they'll totally
You
put
know-
some joke like that.
Do you know?
In Idris Elba voice, do you know the way?
He could definitely do that in his voice.
Hey, Sonic,
Hey,
do
Sonic.
you know the way?
Wink,
Do,
wink, wink, wink.
Yeah,
gonna
wink
be
to the camera 4 times to the Chaos Emerald. I'm looking for it. I lost it after like a really long.
My Bruda. You know the way.
Yeah,
Hey, Sonic,
sure.
you know my brother. I'm looking for the Chaos Emerald. Do you by chance know the way? Every time, like each word zooms in on his face a little further.
Considering the voice of Sonic is a comedian, and we have crap. What's his name? What's his name? Crap. Jim Carrey. That's his name.
Jim Carrey.
They're both like
All right.
comedians. I would not be surprised if they add something like that.
And plus, they had the Sonic meme in the first movie.
Oh, that's true.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
I saw a tweet where it was like, I really hope they do something like, I don't know, the red guy is seen by, I don't know, the crazy guy from the first movie.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
oh, can you draw him? And he draws the Ugandan Knuckles.
Oh my gosh.
And he's
I
like,
think that would
probably
be a
gonna
good
do something.
callback. That's
That
a
would not
better
be-
one.
I have a couple honorable mentions of my own, and they're they're not relevant or video game movies. So, Morbius comes out eventually. I think it got delayed, but it's coming out. The Flash is coming out. It looks like it might suck, but I'm excited to see it. Black Adam's coming out. It has The Rock in it. That's kind of cool. The Batman's coming out. Excited to see that. I like Batman. Doctor Strange is coming out. Can't wait to see how they continue off Spider-Man. Thor's coming out. I like Thor. He's pretty cool. Thor Ragnarok was pretty fun. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, or Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1 is coming out. That's exciting to see. I think Black Panther's coming out too, but it's probably going to get delayed. Still
100%
excited
is
to
getting
see-
delayed.
Still going to be excited when they get that there. Let's be excited. Aquaman. I think Aquaman's coming out, so that's going to be cool. Now I'm just looking at
Prediction
a
for that
list.
movie, I think it's gonna suck.
Yeah. Oh, DC League of Super Pets. That's coming out. Also has The Rock in it. Not excited for that one, but you know it's happening. Avatar 2 is coming out this year. Huh. Not excited for that, but it took long enough.
Thank you for joining us and discussing our most anticipated games of 2022. We'd love it if you could follow us on Twitter and listen to future episodes on Spotify and iTunes. Join our community Discord server to continue today's discussion, and we'll see you next time on the Switch Clicks podcast.
Hooray.